Hi everyone, I'm Marion. I'm a game developer and I've just quit AAA development to start my indie game dev journey. This is the first of hopefully many videos documenting that journey. I want to try to keep some kind of regular devlog of this new indie game dev life going. I want to document everything, kind of how my game project's coming along, the challenges I'm encountering, how I'm solving them, but also of course the struggles and the mistakes I make. And just generally kind of how daily life is going as an indie dev working alone from home, because this is going to be a huge change for me. It's going to take a lot of adjustment, and so I think that documenting it could be interesting, maybe to inspire or connect with people who are doing something similar or are thinking of doing something similar, and also just for me to look back at later. So first off, who am I exactly to be doing this? So I'm called Marion, I'm French, I'm 34 years old. I've got 11 years of experience working at AAA studios. Started off in 2014 working for Ubisoft on Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch. At the time I was doing project coordination mostly, but then I progressively transitioned into more technical work, and in 2018 I was hired at Guerrilla in Amsterdam to work on Horizon Forbidden West. So I became a tech designer working on cinematics specifically. I've worked at Guerrilla 7 years, pretty much to the day as we speak. But the entire time that I've worked as a AAA game dev, I've always had this dream of going indie. You know, it's pretty common. A lot of game dev at big studios have this dream of kind of working on smaller, more personal projects. And so I kind of spent years preparing to actually make that jump, you know, by learning all I could and by working on small side projects, like doing game jams, all of those kind of things. But then at some point this year, around May, I kind of realized that if I didn't take the big jump, it might never actually happen. Like I could prepare all I want, but preparing is not actually doing the thing, right? Essentially, I realized that there was never going to be a perfect moment, and in fact, that perfect moment might move away if I waited any longer, and I really don't want to live with any regrets. So over the summer, I made a somewhat irresponsible decision. And yeah, at the end of last month, I quit my job at Guerrilla to start working full-time on an indie game project that I've had for a bit over a year. So I know that's pretty cliche. I wouldn't actually recommend doing that. It's obviously a pretty risky decision. I decided to try it because I know that I'm a pretty all or nothing kind of person. Like I know I work better if I put myself under some pressure. As of October, I'm full-time on this new project on my own savings. I have a little bit of savings and I'll try and use them to push this project as far as it will go, see if I can try and get it off the ground. So why am I making this devlog and why could it hopefully be interesting to watch? Like I said, I want to try and document the journey very authentically. I want to go obviously into design and technical aspects, but also day-to-day life and challenges. And with those devlogs, I kind of want to give a genuine, like, complete authentic look into what life as a solo indie dev is like, at least for me. I like devlog videos myself. I've watched a lot of Jonas Tyroler or Blagis or Mrs. I've always found it like really interesting and helpful and motivating. And so I'm hoping that this can be somewhat similar with the angle of coming off AAA work and adapting to this new way of working. If I'm honest, my main reason for trying to make those devlogs is to set a commitment for myself. I'm going to be my own boss now, and I know I can kind of get sidetracked or distracted pretty easily. And so I'm hoping that by setting this commitment to make devlogs, that might actually help keep me on track. Like I know I find it easier to be disciplined if I've made an actual commitment to other people, and so I hope that these devlogs can essentially be this for me. So I'm gonna try and keep them pretty simple, because obviously I don't want to take away from actual dev work too much. But yeah, I do hope obviously it's gonna be interesting and motivating. And beyond that, like who knows, if the devlogs are any good, they could also be a way to get an early audience interested and invested in the game. That'd be great. I generally hope you'll find something interesting in here. And in any case, thank you very, very much for watching. In the next video, I'll go over what kind of game I'm actually setting off to make. So thank you very much and see you then.